What's going on, you guys? Today I've got the new Petrified Fish Mini Warrior, a budget-friendly flipper with a really cool blue micarta and K110 blade steel. And as always, if you're interested in buying the Mini Warrior, or maybe there's something else in your wish list, be sure to check out my buddies over at whitemountainknives.com and use my promo code SHARPAF, one word, to get 10% off. They also have free shipping on all US orders. So this model is the PF949XBM. PF for Petrified Fish, 949 is the Warrior series. There's also a full-size 949 model. And the X, I think, is for small, maybe like extra small. And BM, well, we all know what that means, don't we? In fact, I have some fresh BM in my pants right now. Don't believe me? I'll show you. Blue micarta. It stands for blue micarta. What were you guys thinking? Jeez, come on, guys. Jeez. Alright, is this a bad time to ask for subscribers, by the way? I'm a new channel, so if you hit like and subscribe, I would sure appreciate it. So the Warrior is available in this blue micarta, or for the same price of $52, there's brown micarta or green micarta. And my promo code brings that down to about $46. There's also a carbon fiber version for about $10 more. And it looks like this blue version is currently out of stock on White Mountain Knives. So if you're a fan of the blue, I'll also put a link to Amazon where there's a few left in stock. But once they're back in stock at White Mountain Knives, that's a much better place to buy your knives, and it's a better price. And I think we'd all rather support a knife company directly rather than Amazon. I just don't want to leave you guys hanging without a way to buy this. Alright, so the blade length is 2.87 inches or 7.3 centimeters. The handle length is 4 inches or 10.2 centimeters. The overall length is 6.89 inches or 17.5 centimeters. So basically 3 inches, 4 inches, 7 inches. The blade thickness is 0.118 inches or 3 millimeters. And it weighs 2.5 ounces or 71 grams. The blade material is K110 with a Rockwell hardness of 59 to 60, and it opens with the flipper and a ceramic ball bearing pivot. It's a liner lock with nested liners that are skeletonized. There's a lanyard hole. And the pocket clip is deep carry, tip up, right side only. The clip is flush with the micarta, but we do have dome head screws poking out. And there's a fish logo on the clip. Here's what it looks like in your pocket. And it was impressively sharp right out of the box. Alright, so let's talk about those specs real quick, starting with the blade. K110 is basically Bowler's version of D2. They're very comparable, so we might as well just call this D2 steel. It has a really nice sandblasted finish on the blade, and then kind of a satin finish up top. It has a great blade shape and profile, and the spine is actually kind of rounded. There's no jimping, but you do kind of have a thumb ramp here, and it just feels really nice in your hand. The 4-inch handle is enough for a 4-finger grip with my hand size. If you have larger hands, your pinky might slip off. But for me, this is perfect. It's a great size handle for a small to medium sized knife. I wouldn't choke up on this knife, however, and I'll talk more about this right here in my likes and dislikes section. The action is good. It has a good strong detent. Some people might think it's too strong, but this is right where I like it. Very snappy, and I can't fail it even if I try. Solid lockup, probably about 30%, and no blade play. I would like to mention though, when deploying with the flipper, it has locked up every single time. No failures there. But I have noticed when just playing around with the blade like this, it's a little harder to get it locked back up than I would like. So there's a couple of times I thought I locked it back up, but I didn't. You really have to pull it back just a little further to get that next click, more so than on other knives. So just be careful with that. But anytime I've used the flipper to deploy it, it goes all the way. It locks up exactly how it's supposed to, and I can't close it. It looks like there's a little cutaway on this side for access to the lock bar, but it's not much. Although it hasn't given me any trouble so far. And for closing the knife, we don't have a drop shutty action. Maybe shake shutty. I mean, you can shake it shut, but it's with more force than I would normally like to call a shake shutty knife. Maybe once it's broken in a little and we've got a nice track going from the detent ball, and I think if I disassembled it, cleaned it, and lubed the bearings up a little bit, I could probably get it to a more proper shake shutty action. But for now, I mostly close it with my index finger. So let's get into my likes and dislikes. I love this micarta. The color especially. This blue is really cool looking, but it feels good too. There is a nice texture and you can see some fuzzies from the fabric, but the edges are nice, clean, and crisp. The grip is okay. It's kind of smooth, not as grippy as some other micartas, but it feels great. And the fit and finish overall is really good. With the rounded edges on the spine and the chamfered edges of the micarta, it feels really good. And you can tell they took time for some nice extra details. And I don't feel any hot spots. This size is perfect for a small to medium sized knife. It's not too small that it's uncomfortable or unusable, and it's not too big that it's going to be bulky. It's a really great size for a small EDC, and everything looks well proportioned and balanced. I like that they included some extras in the box, and the price of around $50 is okay. It's probably a fair price for what you get. I wouldn't call it a great deal though, because there is some competition out there for less. You can get a QSP Penguin with denim micarta and D2 steel for about $33 on sale. I don't think this is overpriced, but it's getting towards the top of the price range I'd like to see. But I do appreciate that for a budget flipper, it still looks really cool, it doesn't have too many drawbacks, and pretty much everyone I've shown this to has really liked it and asked where they could buy one. Okay, so dislikes. My biggest issue is with this finger choil. It might not be meant to be used as a finger choil, but it's shaped like one, and my finger just naturally wants to go there. But it's obviously too small, and my finger is literally on the blade. I mean, I guess you could try to just put the tip of your finger there if you're careful, but I would be very apprehensive about putting my finger there at all if I were you. The problem, though, is that I'm an idiot, and I keep forgetting. I see a choil, I put my finger there. I'm a simple man. So that's probably my biggest issue. I need to be protected from myself. I mean, handing me a knife is like handing a monkey a machine gun. So if they could just make it a little harder for me to hurt myself, I would appreciate it. And then just a couple of small things. They took the time to remove the material for the pocket clip. Why not just give us some recessed screws too, to make the whole thing flush how we would like it? And it wouldn't hurt my eyes too much if they had a cutout on this side of the handle too for the lefties. They are rare, but they do exist. And the placement of the pocket clip and the lanyard hole are a little too close together. The very thin piece of micarta in between them didn't hold up, as you can see. They are working with limited space here, but that's just gonna bug me. If they could have just moved them apart by another millimeter, that would have been nice. And I wish we had a little better closing action of the blade for the overall fidget factor. Overall though, I really like it. This was my first petrified fish purchase, and I wasn't quite sure what to expect, and I have to say I was pleasantly surprised in just about every aspect, from the aesthetics, fit and finish, sharpness, and overall quality. Let me know what you guys think about the Petrified Fish Mini Warrior in the comments. Stay tuned for some size comparisons, and don't forget to like and subscribe. That's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching.